Today I'm going to platinum Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. The game released in 2014 to, well, not exactly critical acclaim, but I have faith. The game has a total of 45 trophies, let's jump into it. We begin our journey with clunky exposition from the main character. The developers also decided to be assholes and make me wait till after the cutscene to make the game full screen. The first mission is us serving in the US military, fighting North Koreans in Seoul. It's going brilliantly until the bomb squad accidentally walks into some bullets. We decide to bomb the target ourselves. I give the charges to my best friend, whose name I can't even remember. Unfortunately, oh no, boo-hoo, he got his hand stuck in the hatch and he explodes. So sad. Thankfully, I survive, although I do lose my arm. I get 1 trophy for completing the mission and 3 more for saving a tank from destruction, killing 4 enemies with a single grenade, and painting 10 enemies with a single threat grenade. Then we have a funeral for our best friend, Wade? Wesley? My career is over and my life is ruined until it turns out Kevin Spacey is Walter's dad. He owns Atlas, a private military force, and he decided to give me a second chance and come work for him.
About it. Don't let Will's death be in vain.
You're not gonna sexually assault me, are you? Next, we cut over to a mission where I'm rescuing the President of the United States. I fail and he died, but it's okay because it's only a simulation, just like the world we live in. My prosthetic arm is kinda broken, so I had to get it fixed, and on the way, Kevin Spacey gives me a tour of the facility.
What you're seeing is advanced warfare.
Also, one thing to note is the cutscenes and some of the gameplay can be really choppy. If you're playing on Steam, I'd highly recommend turning on VSync and making the screen windowed full screen. It helped for me. After that, we practiced at the shooting range and the grenade range. I earned 2 trophies, one for getting an excellent score on the shooting range and another for getting an excellent score at the grenade range. After that, we run the simulation again and I beat the game, escaping the Matrix. And I got a trophy for it. In the game, there are 22 exo abilities that you can purchase with exo points. I got a trophy for spending my first point. For our real first mission at Atlas Corporations, we have to rescue the Nigerian Prime Minister from the KVA, a big terrorist group. The mission was very flashy, there were a lot of explosions and jumping between cars. I also learned to climb up walls. Spider-Man, does whatever a Spider-Man. I feel like this campaign is definitely easier on Veteran than Modern Warfare Remastered was. I guess that's nice. Anyway, we complete the mission earning another trophy, and we get a toast from Kevin Spacey. So, no matter how much alcohol you give me, I'm not sleeping with you. Soon after, the KVA decide it would be cool to see Chernobyl again, so they launch an attack on a bunch of nuclear power stations. It worked well, and shit happens. I mean, seriously, shit hits the fan. It's all good though, because Kevin Spacey saves the day and takes control of the entire world to save it. I'm sure he's a completely pure-hearted individual who would never want to become a dictator. In this mission, we earned 3 trophies, 1 for completing the mission, 1 for getting 10 kills with a turret, and 1 for spending 10 exo points. After that, we jump 4 years into the future, where there's a stronghold city kind of thing. We head out on our speeder bikes to find a doctor taken by the KVA. Now, this was actually one of the most boring ass missions ever made, and I wanted to kill myself. I guess I won't have to though, because these men are gonna do it for me. Never mind. These random dudes that can go invisible rescue us, and then we take the doctor back to the concentration camp. The Atlas Civilian Help Center. That earned me a trophy. In a cutscene, the doctor tells us where to find Hades, leader of the KVA, and Kevin Spacey tells us to go in.
This man is responsible for 50,000 deaths, General. We are going in.
On whose authority?
On my authority!
I guess after this, the developers remembered that Call of Duty is supposed to be fun, so they made an actual good mission. We start out with a little bit of stealth, which is very satisfying, and then I pilot a sniper drone to try and kill Hades. Unfortunately, it wasn't Hades, just a suicide bomber. Next, my buddy and I run through the city and find the real Hades. We kill him, and he says,
Irons. Nose.
And it gives us a video recording. I earned 1 trophy for completing the mission. By the way, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe and turn notifications on so I get more you enjoy more content. Anyway, we head back to base and watch the recording.
It's okay, it's alright. I'm gonna take care of this right now.
Irons catches wind of this and he tries to kill us. Thankfully, myself and this other girl escape. However, my buddy Gideon isn't sure who to trust and he stays behind, but doesn't stop us. We get rescued by a dude called Cormac, who is the major in the first mission. As usual, I get a trophy for completing the mission. The next mission is a stealth mission, and it's actually really fun. You have to sneak into Irons' house without being detected. You can also grapple hook around, which is pretty sweet. We find out that Irons is working with the doctor from a few missions ago to develop a secret weapon. It's being loaded onto a plane, so we jump on and place the tracker for a trophy. After that, we take down the plane and attempt to steal the package. Unfortunately, there is some heavy resistance and we fall into a fucking ice cave. We make our way around and I die like 5 times. Walking around corners is just my weakness, okay? But anyway, we're getting kind of fucked until Gideon shows up and joins our side and we manage to steal the package. Okay, now the next mission is actually fucking horrible. There's a stealth section at the start which makes me want to kill myself, and then you have to get inside this building and you just get pinned down by the enemy over and over again. It took me just short of an hour and it was one of the worst missions in this veteran playthrough. Oh yeah, and Kevin Spacey gives a speech at the United Nations and reveals that he's been developing a racist bomb. Yes, I'm serious, he made a racist bomb that can target certain DNA, so that's cool.
I am here to solve the world's problems. And I believe the world's problems begin with you.
Thankfully, the next mission is really fucking good. We head to San Francisco to defend it from an Atlas attack. We hold their forces back on a bridge and then they just blow it up. Hey, look at me, I saved a cop. After that, we fight our way through a United States aircraft carrier to regain control. In the mission, we use night vision in some areas and I genuinely don't know why. It's actually easier to see without it, but whatever. I got a trophy for completing the mission and also for spending 20 exo points. Next is something that you don't often see in a COD game, a flying mission. You fly these planes with very strange mechanics through a canyon. We land our planes near Atlas HQ and we push our way through most of their forces. Unfortunately, Mr. Spacey unleashes the racist bomb, killing nearly everybody except me, Iona, and Gideon. We're immune to it because we used to work for Atlas. Completing the mission earned me a trophy. After that, we're captured and put into a concentration camp where they literally beat the shit out of you for looking around. Kevin Spacey comes along and rips my arm off and shoots Cormac. Kind of a dick if you ask me. We manage to escape and I have to go through the entire level with one arm, which stops me from reloading, so I just have to go around and find a new gun every time I run out of ammo. In the game, for collectibles, there are 45 pieces of intel. In this mission, I collected the 23rd one, which earned me a trophy, as did completing the mission. Now, for the final level, we fight our way into the Atlas headquarters in these big mech suits in order to stop Kevin from launching the racist bomb. This mission actually kinda sucks. I'm not very fond of the suit's mechanics, and the mission is just really bland. Anyway, we get past their defenses and drop Kevin Spacey off his roof. He tried to convince me to leave him alone by telling me something about him being gay, but I still killed him. Finishing the campaign gave me 3 trophies. During my veteran playthrough, my dumbass forgot to collect all the intel until halfway through, so I went back and got all of that, earning a trophy. After that, I realized that there was a trophy for upgrading all my exo abilities, which required me to complete all exo challenges. I needed to get 260 more kills with grenades and 300 more regular kills. This took me close to 2 hours and it was really painful. Completing it earned me a trophy, and while working towards it, I got a trophy for getting 25 kills with an EMP grenade. Now it's time to do the cleanup trophies. I mainly just had to go back into specific missions and do specific things. I got a trophy for using an EMP on 10 aircraft with a hover tank, killing all the KVA soldiers without damaging a civilian vehicle, killing someone with a car door, shooting 3 enemies with 1 bullet, and more for a total of 10 trophies. Then I moved on to the statistic kind of trophies. By that I mean the ones like avoid 20 grenades by dodging with your exo, or killing 50 enemies while using overdrive. Doing all of these gave me 5 trophies. For the final trophy, I had to replay the mission Captured where you only have 1 hand. I had to complete the mission while using 20 different guns, so I did, and I earned the final trophy.
Pistol in your sinks.
There is the platinum, or technically perfect game since I'm on Steam. This platinum was decent, but nowhere near as good as the OG Modern Warfare. Overall, I still enjoyed myself, and if you're thinking about getting a game, I'd definitely buy it on sale. Now, go and watch this video platinuming Modern Warfare Remastered.